want to start with you talking about the insecurities that you kind of got past. With that, what was your process, really for getting over the things people said about you and knowing like I'm good enough, I'm beautiful enough, to pursue your passions?
Well, my largest insecurity was what I look like, the color of my skin, my facial features, my structure, everything was a problem. So I was told by family members when I was growing up. And the biggest struggle I had was being able to look at myself in the mirror. So I would look in the mirror just long enough to scrub my face or do whatever I had to do. And it was actually my husband, when I was about 22 years old, who's like, "Are you crazy?" Like, we were dating at that time, but he's like, you have to look in the mirror every day and see what I see and see what other people see. So I made it a point every day to look in the mirror and just affirm myself. And just, you are beautiful. Your lips are wonderful. Your eyes, your almond-shaped eyes, girl, you got it going on. And at first I didn't believe it. It wasn't easy to do. There were some days where I couldn't get through my little 3-minute ritual at all. But over time, it became natural. And I was telling the young girls at Disney Dreamers last night, I said, I went from not being able to look at myself to putting my face on every book that I had, right? Like, now you can't tell me. Look at these cheeks.
Okay.
These lips. No.
Yes. That's when you said, I was like, what?
Yeah,
but,
really true.
And then what about with starting your businesses in school? Because I have to imagine other girls were not doing that, in college and who you're around. Did they ever try to discourage you, or how were you just so focused to start your business at that time?
When I started my first business at 19 during sophomore year in college, people thought I was crazy. They thought it was a fad, or, I'm doing it right now, I'll be doing something different. And as the years went on, people were like, you were the most consistent person I've ever seen. But it wasn't successful right away, but I just always would celebrate the little wins. So just getting a client. I mean, my clients were twice my age. I was 19 years old. They were buying homes. I couldn't buy a home, But every time I got a small win, I would celebrate that, and I would take it as a God wink. That was my thing to, keep going. Keep going. If you just hang in there and keep going. I didn't really have distractors. I surrounded myself. I've always been one of those people where I love women. I've never been one of those girls who's like, I don't get along with women. I've never said that. And the women that I surround myself with, they were always so supportive, so encouraging. They would tell me I was crazy when I was missing all the parties and not going to homecoming because I was showing a home and stuff like that. But they supported me, and it's the women in my life, in terms of friends that I've had the opportunity to choose, they have been a great support system for me.
Awesome. Yeah. And you talk about, when you talked about the low point and asking God, to just give you one more opportunity.
Yeah.
What kind of happened right after that you knew, like, okay, I have this opportunity, run with it, and what kind of, confirmation, I would say, did you
I wasn't concerned about immediate success or anything like that. When I had the moment where God showed me that scripture about seeking wisdom, the first thing I did was what I share with the parents today: take the next best step. The only way I knew that I could get that message maybe out there was to try starting a blog. I didn't even really know what a blog was back then. I kind of had an idea, but not really. I looked up what it was. It was a way for you to communicate with people and share ideas, and I said, cool, I'm going to take Bible verses, especially in Proverbs, and teach people money and business principles, like using that, because that's what I was passionate about. And for months, I thought no one was reading except for me and my mom, and then barely her. She wasn't even getting on like I thought she would, And then there was one moment when I stopped for whatever reason, not intentionally, but life happens, and I didn't say anything. I was doing it every week, and then I didn't say anything for like a month or so. And this random man sent me an email and said, I hope you're okay. Like, I haven't seen anything on the blog. And I was like, who is this man? Who sent him? Where did he come from? How does he know me? And that was the thing that made me go, wow, if he blessed just one person, keep going. And so I still don't remember that man's name. I don't have the email anymore, but I always think about it, especially when I get tired or when I get weary. I'm like, there's one person who needs to hear something you have to say, so you don't have the right to stop. And I just keep going. I keep plugging along, and eventually, not overnight, eventually the blogs turned into writing for magazines, turned into writing for websites, turned into radio, turned into television, turned into 3 books. Like, it's just evolved. But it was that man that I'll never know who he is unless he reveals himself to me. He was the God wink that I needed to keep going.
That's amazing. And how would you say, I feel like a lot or some people have trouble just allowing themselves to dream. What would you say, to kind of get past that block?
Dreaming is free. It's free, so you might as well dream big. There's no reason to dream small. And I have to admit, early on, because I wasn't taught to dream, I had small dreams. They were good enough to get me to college. They were good enough to get me to do great things. I'm not gonna lie, but my husband has really been a catalyst for me in dreaming big. He's a big visionary person, and I'm detail oriented, so together we go really well. We meet in the middle, but even now he encourages me. Like, babe, just keep going. So having a support system to remind you to dream big, because it's free. You might as well go for it. And Disney Dreamers was on my vision board. And now I'm here.
Oh my
so
goodness.
What about that?
Okay, yes. There you go. Thank you